Hi, I'm Donna Adams, Community Engagement Manager at East Midlands Railway. We've launched the East Midlands Railway Community Fund to support communities and organisations along the routes that we serve. It's designed to inspire projects and make a difference to those that need it the most. So we went out and filmed some of the projects that we have funded over the past 12 months. Let's see what they have to say.
So I'm Georgina Greaves, I'm from Derbyshire Environmental Studies Service, which is part of the County Council, and we do a lot of projects around Derbyshire, engaging people with their built and natural heritage. So the project that we did with EMR was working particularly with Alder Worsley Special School, which is very near to this station, and what we wanted to do was to introduce them to the idea of using rail travel for actually going on a school visit. The children were all children who have autism or additional needs, and this Derwent Valley line runs right the way through the heart of the Derwent Valley Mills World Heritage Site, and transport is a really important part of that story. So we provided them with some resources to actually learn at school about how to read a timetable, what they might find at a train station, and how to be safe at the train station. And then we accompanied them on a visit where they came down to the station, they learnt how to use the ticket machine, they learnt where to stand to be safe, they got used to the sort of sounds and sights and smells of the railway station. And the students were particularly keen on sort of learning and developing their life skills. So we went to the cafe and found out what was around the station as well. For some of them, they hadn't really travelled on a train much before. So that idea of getting used to the station and buying their tickets and understanding the place that they were travelling through as well was really important, and they really enjoyed it. So we used the Customer and Communities Improvement Fund to get the funding for this project, which was really valuable. We've worked closely alongside with the Community Rail Partnership, the Derwent Valley Mills World Heritage Site, and anybody else who wants to apply for funding, I would highly recommend it. It's been a really thoroughly enjoyable and easy process.
I'm Peter Roberts. I've worked at Community Rail for many long years, and I'm chair of the Coachline Partnership. We are another field the community wanted to say what they're about, what they feel about themselves, and that was expressed through the design of the artwork. It's a good project because it's involved all sectors of the community, young people, schools, the wider community to design the artwork, have their input, and it brings the community together and a focus on the railway and the station. And of course the railway is a sustainable mode of transport. Any project needs funding, which is often a challenge, but in this case East Midlands Railways have funding available for projects similar to this. So the community bring forward the project with the help of the local partnership. We approach the train company, and if the project is viable and successful, we get funding. East Midlands Railway have a funding scheme which they've now opened to a wider audience. If you've got a scheme which you think will benefit your community, apply to East Midlands Railways.
Right, so my name's Thomas Lodge. I work for Bolsover District Council, and my primary role is a sports coach. So I go into lots of different schools to coach, and then I do lots of outreach work, like you can see behind me today. So it's a great project that we've started up. So we've been working with yourselves, trying to raise awareness of rail safety. Right, so it's an integral part of, I'd say, the child's knowledge nowadays. It's something I didn't learn in school, how to behave on the tracks or even where they are positioned. And around this sort of area, there's a lot of youths that don't have anything to do, and sometimes they'll revert to situations where they put themselves in danger. So we've been kind of raising awareness of the safety, kind of drip feeding it into our sessions. We lead with sport, so I think sport's a great tool that we use obviously to get the kids engaged in the first place. So we run various different activities, and as we're playing, whenever there's an interval or at the end of the session, we'll hand leaflets out that we've got in our box here that's got lots of information on. I think just giving them facts and information about obviously the rail safety, it is an eye-opener for them. Obviously at that sort of age, they kind of think they're invincible and they're untouchable. Anything can happen to anyone at any time, so if they're here and not there, a lot of these lads are getting to that age now, girls as well, where they might be kind of venturing onto a train on their own, and as you said, understanding of how to behave and even where to stand, and just being in social situations with people older than them, we can kind of give them advice on sort of how to behave. It's nice to see some of the kids mature a little bit. I've noticed changes in some of the lads from the very first week. They're like, oh, the coaches are here, you're this, that and the other, whatever, but they soon realise that we're here to do a good thing, and they're on board with us now, and it's kind of a friendship thing. I think it's a great project and I thoroughly enjoy delivering it. and the kids as well really enjoy just being out and doing something social as well.
I'm Mel Langton, I'm a Lincoln-based freelance artist, and I've helped to create the artwork that you can see here today at Lincoln Railway Station. I have been doing art as long as I can remember, I think. I've always been creating artwork. Well, I heard that there was a call out, they were looking for artists to create some artwork to kind of brighten up this whole area of the station, and so I got involved and sent over a few ideas initially I think for about 12 pieces of artwork, so I just, put some ideas in for all of them, and then as time went by, we discussed me creating the artwork, the designs, and then actually working with some local sort of community things. So we worked with a couple of the schools and Lincoln City Football Club National Citizenship Service to get the kids involved with creating some of the artwork as well. I came up with the idea for several pieces of artwork to go up here, and with the way we worked it, 3 of these are my own designs, so completely my own, that I started and finished the pieces, and then the others were the ones that we worked with the schools and with the Lincoln City Football Club National Citizenship Service. So they each kind of picked one of the designs and then did their own interpretations and worked together to put the pieces all together, and then I finished them digitally, and that's what we've got here on display now.
We had like a general idea that Mel gave us, and then we had to take a section of it each and then do it in our own style. You can see that it's very different in there. So we each used our own bit, and then we fitted it together. So we'd measure it up and see that all the lines were fitting together and everything. It was really interesting. The Lincoln tank is like a major part of the history of Lincoln, and it was really nice to remember that sort of history in school, because it's so separate from us. If we're in history lessons, it doesn't feel very close, but if you're working with things you love, like art, you can have a bit of a connection with the history of the place that you've grown up in, which is really, really interesting.
So my name's Dan Reid. I am the founder and owner of Engineered Learning, and we support young people who traditionally don't enjoy mainstream education in gaining employment skills through fabrication and welding. Okay, so we was engaged by East Midlands Rail to help young people gain employment skills, widen their knowledge of using the railway, crucially, so they can access the Peak District, etc., and also leave a lasting legacy of a nice piece of artwork in the shape of an arch and gain the employment skills all at the same time. So 2021 was the year that we took part in the exercise. We've got the brand new Aurora train, which East Midlands Rail have taken part in and are going to be running very soon, and the steam train is to represent the history of the railways and how long it's taken to get to this point in time. I think for me, it's about the young people having that lasting legacy. It's taking ownership of their own community and their own environment. That social return is massive. Hopefully they will engage with the railways, that's the whole point of it, and use the railways for their social transport, whether it's to access the Peak District locally or national transport and getting around the country. That's what it's about, promoting those transport links.
We're here today in Matlock on the station approach, on the way linking from the railway station through to the town centre and adjacent the bus interchange, with a new digital display screen. And the top screen shows both real-time train departure information and bus departures, and it shows the buses from the rail interchange next to us, but also from the other main departure point in the town centre on Bakewell Road. The lower screen is an interactive screen and provides lots of visitor information to improve the welcome to people coming into the town. Most people are going to walk past this location and they're going to be able to experience the interactive visitor information on the screen. There's local maps, there's lots of local information about places like Chatsworth, Bakewell, Haddon Hall and the Peak District National Park, as well as the lots of local places of interest in Matlock itself. Here in the centre of Belper we have our second digital screen, showing again public transport information, both bus and rail on the top screen, and local signage with a link straight through to the train station just behind the High Street. On the interactive lower screen, here in Belper we have a promotional video of the town. The screen in the centre of Belper is also double-sided. So we're really pleased with how those screens have turned out. We think they're wonderful for both the public transport information, to improve people's confidence to use both bus and rail services, and also to provide a really good welcome to visitors in both Belper and in Matlock. and we're really grateful to our many funders who have helped us deliver this project in the two towns.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope that's inspired some future projects. If you think that you have a project that meets our criteria, click on the link below.